Behind Maya's innocent smile lies a bitter truth. A sweet child, yet one who's been shaped by the shadows of a toxic father. As a result, Huyen, Maya's single mother, was forced to flee, seeking a fresh start, far from the darkness that threatened them. Just when it seemed like all doors were closing, D entered their lives. He wasn't just a source of strength during their toughest times, but the man who promised to bring happiness and stability to both mother and child. But will fate allow them to find peace? Or will their painful past come crashing back, threatening everything they fought so hard to build? The early morning sun peeked shyly over the distant mountains, while the chirping of birds on the bamboo branches mixed with the faint scent of wood smoke drifting through the air. Huyen bent down carefully, arranging slices of fresh vegetables on a wooden tray, when she heard a familiar voice from behind. D stood by the door, his eyes shining with a quiet optimism for tomorrow. "This house is going to be beautiful, Huyen. Will you live here with me? Just us peacefully. Is that okay?" Huyen looked up, startled by the intensity of his gaze, then smiled softly. "I don't need anything else, just that we rebuild our home together." Laughter echoed outside as Maya hugged the little dog tight and turned to BB, grinning. "I'm going to have a new house soon," Huyen gently asked her, her voice soft but trembling. "Maya, do you like it?" The little girl looked up, her eyes sparkling like stars in the morning mist. "Someday I'll study hard and build a house even bigger for you, Mom." Her innocent words made both D and Huyen pause for a moment. Then D laughed, tightening his grip on the hammer, feeling a surge of strength. In the garden, the rhythmic sound of the hammer striking bamboo echoed each strike, a heartbeat of determination. Huyen brought him a new chisel, speaking softly, "If you need anything, just ask me." D leaned in, his voice warm but playful. "I don't need anything, except for you." The garden erupted with laughter, and in that quiet morning, surrounded by what seemed like the simplest of moments, there was a powerful belief every pain can find a new beginning. Right here, the early sunlight was gentle, and a cool breeze rustled through the garden. Maya chattered happily as she ran around teaching BB to sit, stand, roll like a little teacher. BB rolled over, panting heavily, and Maya giggled before rushing inside to fetch a glass of water, holding it carefully as though it might slip from her hands. She tiptoed outside, her voice sweet and soft. "Uncle D, here's some water for you." D wiped the sweat from his forehead and took the glass, his eyes filled with affection. "Maya, you're such a good girl. Tomorrow, I'll take you to the park, okay?" Maya jumped up, hugging his arm tight. "I love you, Uncle D." Laughter echoed through the yard, filling D with renewed energy. Inside, Huyen was folding a bamboo mat when she called out, "You stay with Maya, okay? I'm going to the market to grab some things for lunch." She quickly threw on an old jacket, slinging a basket over her shoulder, and added, "Don't overwork yourself. Save your energy." D, still busy with thick bamboo poles, looked up and called back, "Be careful. Maya and I will be here waiting." He bent down, pulling a saw through a thick bamboo stalk. The sound of the saw squeaking, then snapping through the bamboo, echoed in the quiet. Each piece was neatly cut and stacked into place. With every hammer strike, thud, 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 sweat beaded on his forehead, soaking into his shirt. After a while, his hands grew tired, and his strikes lost their precision. He let out a deep breath and slumped down onto the porch steps. Maya looked up in confusion. "Uncle D, are you tired?" Dee smiled and ruffled her hair. "I'm fine. Just need a little more strength." Just then, a familiar voice rang out from the distance. "Building a house this big without calling me? You really thought you could do it all alone?" Dee spun around in surprise. A tall, strong man walked into the yard, a bundle of wood on his shoulder, and a bag of tools, ropes, an axe, and nails in his hands. Dee stood frozen for a moment, then rushed over to embrace his friend. "Good grief. When did you get here? Why didn't you tell me?" His friend slapped him on the back and laughed loudly. "Friends don't need to say anything. I'm here to help you build this house." Maya ran over, her eyes lighting up. "Is he your friend, Uncle D? That means our house will be done even faster." Laughter filled the yard, blending with the rustling wind through the bamboo. The house may still be in its early stages, just a frame taking shape. But with each hammer strike and helping hand, the strongest belief took root. This was where a real home was being built. At the simple bamboo table, the two men sat across from each other, steam rising from their cups of hot tea. His friend stared at Dee for a moment before asking, his voice slow, as if weighed down by unspoken words. "Dee, you and your wife, are you still happy together?" Dee's gaze shifted, the weight of the question pulling at him. He swirled his cup slowly before letting out a long sigh. "My wife and I, we haven't spoken in a while. We're preparing for a divorce now." His friend paused, hesitant to ask more, but before he could, Dee looked up, forcing a smile to mask the emptiness he felt. "She wants to keep the old house." The sentence hung in the air, unfinished, like a soft cut that left a heavy silence between them. Outside, the early sunlight bathed the garden in gold. Dee stood up, gripping his hammer tightly, as if trying to channel all his emotions into his work. He yanked the large bamboo poles, planting them firmly into the ground. Each movement, deliberate, the tension in his hands visible as sweat trickled down his face. His friend said nothing, simply rolling up his sleeves and steadying the bamboo so Dee could drive the hammer deep into the earth. The sound of the hammer, thud, 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 echoed, mingling with the sharp clang of metal against nails, a rhythm that seemed to mirror the rapid beat of Dee's heart. The bamboo frames connected one by one, forming the skeleton of the house. Dee carefully tightened each screw, his eyes reflecting a quiet determination. Under the blazing sun, the polished bamboo gleamed, a silent testament to the new beginning that was slowly taking shape. Maya ran around excitedly, her voice ringing out with joy. "Uncle D, our house is almost finished." Dee paused, his hands resting on the frame eyes, gazing at the house that was steadily taking form. There was a spark of hope in his eyes, but also a sadness he couldn't name. Was this bamboo house just a new shelter? Or was it a place where Dee hoped to bury the cracks of his past? Maya sat curled up on the old bamboo bed, her feet swinging gently. She opened a well-worn book and began to read with a clear, sweet voice. 1 star, 2 stars. Each word seemed to echo with the quiet anticipation of waiting. Every now and then, Maya would glance up at the yard, her eyes hoping to catch a glimpse of her mother returning from the market. The creak of the bamboo gate broke the silence. Huyen stepped in, sweat dotting her brow, a basket full of vegetables and fresh fish slung over her shoulder. But her eyes froze for a moment when she saw a stranger standing beside Dee. Dee looked up, offering a gentle smile. "Did you get back? This is my friend. He's here to help us build the house." The man set his hammer down, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and smiled warmly. "Oh, so this is the girl you've been telling me about. She's quite the skilled one." Dee clapped his friend on the back, his voice steady but with a hint of pride and emotion in his eyes. "Yep, this is my girl. She's amazing." Huyen's face flushed slightly, offering a small smile before quickly heading to the kitchen. Outside, the sound of the saw and hammering filled the air, the rhythm of work blending with the midday heat. Every strike of the hammer, every piece of bamboo placed was a statement this house was going to be built. In the small kitchen, Huyen carefully fried the fish, the aroma filling the room, mingling with the sizzling of vegetables. Maya scampered over. "Mom, let me help." Huyen smiled and ruffled her daughter's hair, her eyes bright, but with a flicker of concern. "Sure, Maya, be a good girl and help me set the table." When the simple meal was ready, Huyen called out, "Gentlemen, take a break, lunch is ready." Dee put his hammer down his calloused hands, still dusted with bamboo shavings. He looked at the modest meal, crispy fried fish, steaming vegetables, and then gently took Huyen's hand, as if wanting to say something unspoken. Laughter and chatter filled the small kitchen, creating a moment of peace that felt almost perfect, almost complete. But in the midst of that calm, the man's eyes, the friend who had just arrived, flickered with something unspoken. Was it genuine admiration, or was there a hidden secret he hadn't yet revealed? The happiness Huyen and Maya shared. Would it last?
Xin chào tất cả các bạn. Câu chuyện tình yêu chỉ giản dị, nhưng khi chạm vào ta mới nhận ra bên trong là một đại dương cảm xúc ngọt ngào sâu lắng đầy cơn sóng bất ngờ. Huyền và Đệ họ đang nắm tay nhau đi qua những ngày tháng bình yên, cùng nhau ươm mầm ước mơ về một mái nhà nhỏ nơi Maya, cô bé đáng yêu ấy, sẽ lớn lên trong vòng tay yêu thương trọn vẹn. Thế nhưng cuộc đời không phải lúc nào hiền hòa như buổi chiều quê yên ả. Phía sau nụ cười là những hy sinh lặng lẽ, phía sau những giọt nước mắt là lòng cất cao trái bỏng của yêu mình trân trọng. Từ ở bên nhau thì giông bão bom đến, và rồi một mình bố bất ngờ đã thử thách tất cả. Và điều tình yêu của họ có đủ để vượt qua điều hạnh phúc mà họ chờ đợi bấy lâu họ thật sự gõ cửa. Hãy cùng tôi bước ngoài trình hành động này và đi rời mắt với câu trả lời chỉ nằm những giây cuối cùng của câu chuyện. Con đường nhỏ quen thuộc hiện lên trước mắt, vẫn đèn vẫn ngọn năm nào đẹp hơn. Cuối lượn dưỡng hàng trên xào xạc trong gió, từng bước chân tôi nặng trĩu, nhưng cũng như một cảm giác lạ vừa lo sợ, vừa mong ngóng bàn tay định nắm lấy tay tôi.